All right, hi everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar. I'm Mark, a digital accessibility specialist at Accessible Web, and in this webinar, we'll be covering VPATs and ACRs. So digital accessibility compliance is more important than ever. Organizations that create websites, software, and digital tools should ensure that their products are usable by everyone, including people with disabilities. But how do we demonstrate that our product meets accessibility standards? And that's where VPATs and ACRs come in. VPATs and ACRs provide transparency and accessibility claims. Instead of simply stating that a product is accessible, these documents give a structured, detailed assessment of which accessibility standards our product meets and where there still may be gaps. So what is a VPAT? A VPAT, or Voluntary Product Accessibility Template, is a standardized document used to report how accessible a product is. It was developed by the Information Technology Industry Council as a way for companies to assess and communicate the accessibility of their products. A VPAT serves as a structured form that documents accessibility compliance. It helps organizations understand where a product meets accessibility standards and where it may fall short. By providing this transparency, VPATs support informed decision-making for both vendors and buyers. VPATs are used across industries and apply to a wide range of digital, physical products, including software, hardware, and digital content. Whether it's a website, a mobile application, a VPAT helps organizations evaluate accessibility compliance before making a purchase or deploying a product. And an ACR is the completed version of a VPAT that provides detailed analysis of how well a product meets accessibility standards. While a VPAT is essentially just a template, an ACR is the finalized document that contains actual evaluation results. ACRs are critical in procurement, especially in the public sector. Government agencies and large enterprises often require an ACR before they can purchase or implement a product. So why are VPATs and ACRs important? Well, first, they create a paper trail for accessibility compliance. A VPAT ACR serves as a documented proof for how a product aligns with accessibility standards. This is essential for companies that need to show they have taken the necessary steps to make their product accessible. Second, these documents help organizations meet legal and contractual obligations. Many governments, educational institutions, and large enterprises require accessibility compliance as a part of their procurement policies. Without a completed ACR, a company may be unable to bid on contracts or to sell these to organizations. VPATs and ACRs provide clients and procurement teams with accessibility insights. So instead of taking a vendor's word for it, buyers can review an ACR to see exactly how a VPAT meets or doesn't meet specific accessibility criteria. This transparency allows for better decision-making and helps buyers choose products that align with their accessibility goals. Lastly, VPATs and ACRs encourage product improvements. When a company completes a VPAT ACR, they often identify areas where their product falls short, and this can serve as a roadmap for future accessibility enhancements, ultimately making the product more inclusive for all users. So by ensuring this transparency, compliance, and continuous improvement, VPATs and ACRs play a crucial role in accessibility ecosystem. So regarding the structure of a VPAT or ACR, we start with the product details section, which includes the name of the product, the version, the product description, and contact information for the main point of contact. And it's really important to be specific here, as different versions of the same product may have different accessibility levels. Following this is the evaluation section. That explains how accessibility was tested or assessed. Was it tested manually, using automated tools, or both? Which operating systems and what browser was primarily used? Clearly outlining the methodology helps clients understand the accuracy and reliability of the report. The report also lists the standards and guidelines that were used for evaluation. The most common ones include WCAG, which is the global standard for web accessibility, Section 508, which is the US Federal Accessibility Law for electronic and IT products, and EN 301549, which is the European Accessibility Standard for public procurement. So here we have a sample VPAT for a WCAG 2.1 report. And looking at this table, there are 3 columns here, starting from criteria, which will contain the WCAG success criteria, starting from 1.1.1, conformance level, and the remarks, which will explain how many times this issue occurred and what the issue is. So there's 4 conformance levels, which starts with support, meaning that the functionality of the product has at least one method that meets the criterion without known defects or meets the or has equivalent facilitation. Partial supports just means that some functionality of the product does not meet the criterion. Does not support is the entire or majority of the product. Functionality does not meet the criterion, and unapplicable is the criterion is not relevant to the product. So in this table, you can see that it only contains level A criterion, and that's because we break up the criterion between 2 tables, table 1 being success criteria single A, and table 2 being success criteria double A. So when it comes to updating VPATs and ACRs, They can and should be updated regularly. As products evolve with new features, design changes, or accessibility improvements, the reports must be revised to reflect the most current accessibility status. If a product undergoes major updates or new issues arise, features may change, new functionalities may be introduced, and these could impact accessibility compliance. An updated VPAT ensures that clients have the most accurate information. If known accessibility issues have been remediated, the VPAT should be revised to reflect those improvements. If previous versions of the report indicated partial or does not support for certain criteria, but fixes have been implemented, an updated VPAT can demonstrate progress and compliance. Regulatory and standard changes must also be considered. Accessibility guidelines like WCAG Section 508 and EN 301549 are periodically updated, and organizations need to ensure their VPAT aligns with the latest requirements. So what can we do for you? So we provide counseling, consulting, and training services where accessibility specialists can support you in navigating remediation tasks, prioritizing them effectively, verifying proper implementation. We have web accessibility software, which is our RAM platform. There are tools in there as well that can help facilitate continuous compliance with updated accessibility standards. We offer accessibility audits for web and mobile applications, and we share the results with you via RAM. After the audit is complete, we can then provide you with a VPAT if that is something you're interested in.